Today, we're diving into the highly anticipated iPhone 16 launch and why you might want to think twice before hitting that pre-order button. Apple is gearing up to unveil the iPhone 16 on September 9th, and it's set to be a significant moment for the company. This launch marks the first iPhone to truly embrace generative artificial intelligence (AI) as a cornerstone of the iOS user experience. But before you get too excited, there are some crucial things you need to know. Apple has been pushing AI as a major selling point for the iPhone 16. They promised a range of new features under the banner of Apple Intelligence, including natural conversations, prioritizing key notifications, integration of OpenAI's ChatGPT, enhanced writing tools, and even generative images. However, despite all the hype, there's a significant catch. According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, Apple Intelligence isn't quite ready for prime time. Gurman has described the AI features as underwhelming compared to what Google is offering with its Gemini AI on the Pixel 9 phones. This delay in readiness might make the iPhone 16 feel more like a promise of what's to come rather than a fully realized product. Given the situation with Apple's AI features, there are several compelling reasons to consider postponing your iPhone 16 purchase. The most glaring issue is the delay in the rollout of these AI capabilities. Apple has confirmed that the highly anticipated AI enhancements, collectively known as Apple Intelligence, won't be available at the initial launch. Instead, these features will be introduced in a later update, iOS 18.1, scheduled for October. And it doesn't stop there. Even after the October update, iPhone 16 users won't get the full suite of new AI features until the first half of next year. Perhaps the most disappointing news is that Siri 2.0, one of the most anticipated updates, won't be included in iOS 18.1. This means that you'll be stuck with the same old, slow Siri for a while longer. While Apple's decision to take extra time to refine these features could be seen as commendable, it's also a clear sign that the tech giant isn't quite ready for the massive shift that's coming to iOS and the iPhone. This could lead to serious bugs following each new patch, making the experience frustrating for early adopters. Unfortunately, Apple hasn't provided any clear information on when these new AI features will be rolled out with future iOS updates. The absence of these features in the beta version of iOS 18.1 suggests that we won't see Siri 2.0 anytime soon, but Apple might surprise us with the official release. Don't expect Apple to release a detailed timeline for when to expect these AI features either. It's highly unlikely and very out of character for the company to do so. Giving exact dates would be risky, especially if further delays occur, leading to more scrutiny from users and critics alike. If you've been following Apple for a while, you'll know this isn't the first time they've hyped up a feature only to deliver it much later. Remember Cinematic Mode? It was announced with the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max back in September 2021. The one significant downside of choosing the iPhone 15 Pro over the iPhone 16 is missing out on the rumored faster charging and increased battery life. Apple is reportedly bringing major upgrades in these areas with the iPhone 16, including 40W wired and 20W wireless charging speeds. The batteries are also expected to be significantly larger, with a 9% increase for the iPhone 16 Pro and almost 6% for the 16 Pro Max. Apple has also redesigned the batteries to make them more power efficient, which could be a game changer. While the iPhone 16 promises some exciting new features, the delay of Apple Intelligence and the uncertainty surrounding its rollout make a tough sell, especially considering that Google and Samsung are already offering similar AI capabilities on their latest flagship phones. The Galaxy S24 Ultra and Pixel 9 Pro XL are prime examples of this. That's it for today. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. As always, see you in the next video. In just a few months' time, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will succeed the iPhone 15 Pro Max and take on the mantle as the best and most advanced iPhone out there. Although there's plenty of time until September and a lot can change, we seem to know a lot about the upcoming top iPhone model based on rumors and leaks. How is the iPhone 16 Pro Max shaping up against its predecessor? What's changing and what's staying the same? Let's see how the iPhone 16 Pro Max shapes up against the current best iPhone Apple has in its roster. First up, let's talk about design and size. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will inherit the same design language as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, employing the same titanium frame with a completely flat screen. The major difference between the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be size. The upcoming iPhone screen will grow to 6.9 inches across, a significant bump over the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 6.7-inch display. To achieve this, they're likely shrinking the bezels down even further and making the phone itself slightly larger overall. As per the rumors, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will measure 163mm in height and 77.58mm in width, versus 159.9mm and 76.7mm for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, respectively. A small but notable change, all things considered. The iPhone 15 Pro Max debuted with an action button instead of a mute switch and a USB Type-C port at the bottom, so those two features will be carrying over to the newer model as well. However, the iPhone 16 series will be scoring another button, dubbed the Capture button. Colors-wise, the iPhone 15 Pro Max was available in 4 understated and titanium-inspired colors. We've heard that Apple might use another titanium processing technique that will make the iPhone 16 Pro Max glossier and also more capable of retaining colors. Moving on to display differences. As mentioned, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come along with a significantly larger display, measuring at 6.9 inches across. Aside from the size, when you don't clearly expect any other major changes, we're certainly getting a liquid Retina XDR display with an OLED panel delivering superb colors, contrast, and exceptional maximum brightness. The screen will support 120Hz ProMotion refresh rate, making scrolling through the interface and on-screen content way smoother. Now let's delve into performance and software. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will feature a second-generation 3nm chip, possibly dubbed Apple A18 Pro. As one can imagine, we expect that the Apple A18 Pro will have better performance than the Apple A17 Pro. Due to the heavily rumored focus on AI for both iOS and the iPhone 16 range, we expect that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come with a much improved neural engine to take care of all the generative AI features. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will also be a first to debut iOS 18 with a focus on artificial intelligence features. The new iPhone 16 Pro Max will also support faster Wi-Fi 7 and a more power-efficient 5G modem, keeping you future-proofed on the connectivity front. Let's talk about the camera. As the iPhone 15 Pro Max delivers a host of important camera features, chief among which is the new 120mm telephoto lens, the iPhone 16 Pro Max could finally address one of the forgotten cameras that hasn't recently scored any significant overhauls, the ultra-wide. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that Apple will be introducing a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. When it comes to audio quality, iPhone Pro Max devices are always up there with the best, setting the benchmarks for all other manufacturers to measure up against. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will be no exception. The same generally applies to haptics too. iPhones are arguably the best devices when it comes to haptic feedback, giving us precise and accurate vibrations that are sufficiently strong yet not overpowering. Lastly, battery life and charging. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will reportedly feature a much larger 4,676 mAh battery compared to the 4,422 mAh battery in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Charging-wise, we haven't heard anything about a potential charging speed increase, but we hope to see one on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So far, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is shaping up to be a logical improvement to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, delivering key upgrades in important areas like screen size, performance, AI, and battery life. Thus far, we haven't heard anything particular about a potential price increase, so it's safe to assume that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will start at $1,199 for the 256GB version. Of course, if there's an iPhone 15 Pro Max in your pocket, then you'll probably have few reasons to upgrade to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Stay tuned for more updates on the iPhone 16 Pro Max as we get closer to its release date. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest tech news and reviews. Thanks for watching. Until next time.